fathers will understand.
I told you he was an awesome dad.
Welcome to Dudela, a podcast where we're turning dudes into dads. I'm Michael.
I'm John.
And we're in the inaugural episode, and we're excited to go on this journey with you and excited to be here. John, tell us a little bit about Dudela, the name, where it came from, what to expect.
Absolutely. Like you said, we're turning dudes into dads. Now, the name Dudela is a play on the word doula. It's the person that walks people that are expecting future moms and dads through the whole pregnancy experience, kind of giving them the lay of the land, advice, helping them through all of the changes and that big transition period. So we put a play on that, calling it the Dudela podcast. And what we're attempting to do is take all of those kind of confusing moments, those scary moments, some of the jargon that you learn as you go through all the hospital visits and everything. And we're specifically focusing on the dad, saying, hey, what does that actually mean for you? As you hear these things from the hospital, how can you show up better for your wife, for your future baby? And so we're doing it with a lot of humor. We are also bringing in, it's not just us talking, like they don't know who we are. Yep. So we're going to be bringing in people that are experts in this field and getting to learn from them.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be knowledgeable. You and I both just became dads. This is kind of where the idea came from while we're, going into doctor's visits with our wives. And we're like, what the heck does this mean?
Exactly.
And we look it up and there just weren't a ton of resources for dads. Yeah. So we're like, hey, let's figure it out. So we're walking in this with you guys and, with us. We're learning along the way. We don't know everything, but through our experiences, we're hoping that you'll be able to learn as we kind of have our first kids. I have, a little girl. John's got twins, so we've got the twin side covered. Mm-hmm. Hopefully no triplets covered in during the time of Dudela. We better knock on wood there. But just a lot of different information that we're going to be able to share. A lot of people that we'll talk to that will be able to encourage us, laugh with us, because that's one of the most important things, right?
Absolutely.
There's so many times where you are ready to
cry.
Yes, rip your hair out. I've ripped a lot of my hair out, as you can see. You are not there yet, but we're gonna laugh. That's the easiest way to do it.
Absolutely.
And it's gonna be a lot of fun. So you're talking about some of the experts who, what are we looking at?
Absolutely. So, we have a big community here in Denver, Colorado, and we've got a lot of different people kind of in and around the medical world, from pediatricians to an actual certified local doula. So we want to bring in people like that can come in and speak to what they do every single day and kind of help us see what they do through the lens of the dad and put a fun twist on it.
Yeah, and we're also going to have we have some strength and conditioning coaches and fitness people to make sure we get manage those dad bods and quick workouts, because you and I have both seen in the last couple months
there's no time for it.
There's no time to work out,
and so you got to take advantage of those little 15-minute pockets here and there.
Yep.
I know I've been walking around with both my twins trying to get some lunges in, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of lost here. So bringing in somebody who just does that every day for a living that can kind of give us bite-sized little pieces for that.
And dad back is for sure a thing. I don't know if you've had the lockup yet.
Oh,
where it's
man.
Felt that one. So we'll be able to combat that. And then just, we'll bring
regular dads.
Yeah, just people on. And we'll also bring on moms and females that will have perspective that we don't have and help us to understand that and make sure that we are focusing on the right things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about what we're getting with Dudela. A lot of, emails is going to be a big thing, some newsletter stuff.
We want to be able to kind of curate a lot of the content that we are learning firsthand, that we're experiencing, and that people are also sending in to us. And so we've got kind of two major newsletters that we've curated for the Dudela audience. One is for expecting dads to be, and we're calling that one the Womb Watch, where you're going to be getting weekly emails kind of tailored to you, highlighting exactly what's going on with baby this week and how do I show up for mom this week. It's got lots of resources in there and all sorts of humor infused as well. So you can get a little quick read, a little 5-minute read once a week, download what you need to know, and then you can be you can knock it out of the park as husband and say, guess what size baby is this week, you know?
Yep. An eggplant. Listen, it's fruits, it's vegetables, they're all over the place.
Maybe we'll throw in some sports stuff.
I think we need to throw in, baseball, a squash ball. I don't really even know what size that is, but I know there is one. And then we've got the Spit Up Society, which is kind of the community we're trying to build. That's something else that, you and I both lived in Madison for a time, and that's where we ended up meeting, but we moved back to Denver because that's where our people were. And we're fortunate enough that, we have parents that live close, we have friends that live close to it that are able to help us out. And you and I both know how important it is to have a community around you during this time. Your kids were in the NICU for 4 weeks. My wife had an emergency C-section, and
you need help.
It doesn't go as planned. I hope it does for you guys, but unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of things that don't go as planned, and that's where you need people.
Yep.
And unfortunately, there's some people who aren't lucky enough to have that, and that's where we want to build a community. We want to, you to be able to message our Discord at 3 a.m. saying, listen, my baby will not stop crying, or ask a question, hey, my baby's doing this, is this normal? And have those people that you can kind of bounce that off of.
Absolutely. Including some professionals too.
Yep.
We've got a handful of different folks in the medical field that have said they would love to be a resource for the whole community. And so when we've got questions, if you've got a question, that lots of other dads have got that.
Exactly. So that's kind of the goal of the Spit Up Society. We'll have newsletters that we'll send out with, a funny story here or there. We'll have, hopefully some partnerships with some brands where, we're going to go through the gear, because we all know that your wife is probably adding things to the registry as you speak. And there's so many options out there. And I guarantee you she's probably showed you 6 strollers, maybe 5 bouncy seats, and who knows how many car seats. And we're here to kind of, tell you our experience, and then talk to other people and see, where they're at too. And I'm here to tell you, the most expensive is not always the best.
No, definitely not.
But you can't always go the cheapest route, because there are some things that are very important for you to have that make your life a whole lot easier that we'll get into.
No kidding.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Denver native, 31 years old, been married to my high school sweetheart. We've been together a really long time, which has been just so fun. And yes, we have 5-month-old twins. So cheers to you, Viv, for carrying Lorelai and Genevieve, and for being an amazing mom. And so it's been just a blast to get to, honestly, just become someone new as a father.
And you guys didn't necessarily want kids the whole time, right?
No. I mean, I didn't really want kids most of my life. We traveled a lot. I've done some really fun, cool jobs, and I didn't really see myself as kind of that. I didn't really see myself as like a father. And then all of a sudden it just sort of hit me, and it became something I really deeply wanted. And so 3 months after that, we were pregnant.
Crazy how it happens.
It was insane. And then once we found out that they were twins, that's when we were like, let's get back home to Denver.
Yep. And like I said earlier, we met up in Wisconsin. We were both up there for a very short stint. Found out that we grew up 15 minutes from each other here in South Denver. And, me and my wife moved back before you guys did, but you guys got pregnant first. So, I've got a little 2-month-old, and born and raised in Denver, Colorado. My wife's from Tennessee, so we got a little south in us. But 2-month-old, my parents live 20 minutes down the road. I'm lucky enough to have both sets of grandparents kind of around, and my sister's moving back, so we're going to have cousins. And
The whole
we got
fam.
fun community around here, and so we get to see a lot of different babies running around. I mean, you and I, we're in a small group together, and there are kids all over the place.
No kidding.
So we are in the heat of kids right now. So we've got a lot of different experiences, and excited to be able to take that on and share it with you guys.
Absolutely. Well, all right. Do you want to talk maybe about some of the topics we're going to hit here on the podcast? Yeah. So we're going to, talk about anything from travel to sleep to, gear to, everything in between. We are going to have a smorgasbord of information for you. Love it.
We're going to, like John said, we'll have some people on and we'll be talking to them in whatever, professional realm they have or just experience, not necessarily professional, and talk through funny stories, talk through hard stories. We all know that parenting's great. It's hard. There's a lot of smiles. There's a lot of tears, and unfortunately, there's also stuff that's really hard that no one should have to go through. And that's something that we
want to talk about
too. But yeah, we want to be a resource for those people as well. So we're here to hit kind of every dad and any step that they're kind of in, especially focusing on kind of those dads to be and those new dads. But there's going to be something that you're going to be able to learn from anybody.
Yeah.
Because you're getting fresh eyes on things, and technology's changing quick. And so there's crazy new gadgets out there.
No kidding.
Like your monitor has 2 cameras that can move, and you can talk back to your kid now. And like the whole thing is it's wild. But we didn't get the wireless one, because people were peeping on the kids.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
No, we don't.
There's just a lot of weird things out there. So, the podcast is going to kind of come out, the goal is once every 2 weeks-ish, and just be able to speak, some encouragement into people and kind of go from there.
Totally. Love it. That's amazing, man. I know I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, but do you have any, maybe to wrap up this first episode, do you have any funny stories of what dad life has been like for the last couple of months?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think people talk about being sleep deprived. The things that you say and you do in the middle of the night are unbelievable. We got a picture of you literally just face down with his face on the mattress, butt in the air. Didn't even make it back to the bed.
Nope.
I have multiple times told my wife that we need to put the baby to bed, and I'm holding a pillow. It gets weird in the middle of the night. But that's where you got to be. You got to be best friends with your wife and smile and laugh through it. And it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, I mean, middle of the night, you get you don't really even know what's going on.
No.
So
you can't be held liable for what you say in the middle of the night.
And when you don't want them to spit up on you, they will. So just always have an extra pair of clothes for the baby and for you. If you're getting ready to go to work, have it ready, because there's a very good chance that you'll be okay, I'll see you later, and then they spit up all over you. You gotta go up and
literally as you're out the door.
Yeah. So just be flexible, because it's coming.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's great.
But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We're super excited. Go sign up for our newsletter. Go sign up for the Womb Watch. We'll have the Discord that you'll be able to join. And there's a lot of fun stuff that's going to be coming down the hopper here in the next couple weeks.
Absolutely.
Some videos that are going to be educational.
Yep.
Mostly humor. Hopefully you get something out of it. But our goal is to be able to tell stories, but also to be able to be informative in a fun, easy way that isn't confusing, because there's a lot of information out there.
There's enough out there.
Yeah.
To make anybody confused.
But there's a lot of stuff that you don't need. So we're here to get rid of the fluff.
Cut through it.
Yep. Go to the meat and tell you what you need to hear. So
love it.
Excited, John?
Me too, man.
Let's get this thing on the road.
Let's do it.
Daddy-o! Dad!
It's a lot of lights, Dad.
You fathers will understand.
I I told you he was an awesome dad.